Hey, it's Enigma Hut. And today I'm gonna do a little bit of a rant about passive aggressiveness. I can't stand passive aggressiveness. And I can't stand passive aggressive people. It's really a failure of communication, and individuals are taking revenge, but they're doing it in such a way that they don't realize they're taking revenge. They are, though, because they're trying to be aggressive. They're trying to hurt someone else, but they're doing it passively. And it's the same exact thing as being completely blunt with your aggressiveness. And I actually prefer the bluntness because then you can actually talk and communicate and actually come to a common ground. With a passive aggressive person, you can't do that. Now, unfortunately, several of my ex-girlfriends were like this. But just recently, there's this one random stupid bitch on Facebook that I was perfectly courteous to, perfectly kind to, never insulted, and was very friendly to her. And she was nice to me until she posted something stupid on her Facebook. She posted something about guns and how she was against guns, and I didn't really want to get into the gun politics, but she said in her comment that she thought guns were okay for hunting, but she was still against guns because they could lead to school shootings and all this other shit that I don't want to get into right now. You know Enigma Hood, and you know that I am in favor for animal rights, and I'm against hunting for sport. It's one thing if you're trapped in the fucking woods and you're starving to death, then yeah, of course, hunt. Do what you need to do in order to survive. It's a very different thing when an inbred hick decides to go hunting because he enjoys killing animals. Now, I posted that, and I stated that it's immoral to kill animals for fun. And then one of her inbred hick cousins comes on and then writes a lengthy post basically just trying to deny that he hunts for sport. Then I responded and said, yes, you do hunt for sport, you fucking inbred piece of shit. And then another friend of hers, who is another inbred hick hunter piece of shit, shows up and basically doesn't even address any of the points that I raised, any of the arguments that I raised. And I can't remember exactly what he said, but he called me a white knight and then dismissed the entire post that I made. You scumbag hick fucking piece of motherfucking shit. I called him out on that. I said, you know what, you didn't even bother to address my arguments because you can't. You're not intelligent enough to do it. I didn't even directly insult him. But I am not above insulting people, and I will insult someone until the cows come home, if they deserve it. And then he posted another flippant response, so then I insulted him directly, and I completely schooled his ass. No one gets one up on Enigma Hood. But then this dumb bitch, this dumb coward bitch is such a fucking loser. She takes the side of her inbred cousin and her hick friend just because she has an emotional attachment to them. They made no arguments. They were wrong. And that other guy insulted me first. So once you do that, the floodgates get open and I'm going to insult you as much as I want. But that didn't matter to her because she was biased due to emotional reasons, and she took that fucking piece of shit side. But the way she did it was in a passive-aggressive way. She liked their comments, but she didn't like mine. You don't have to like my comment. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm not such a fucking loser that I need you to like my comment. No, what annoyed me was the passive aggressiveness. The fact that she had to like this idiot's comment, which was nothing more than a diatribe with no salient arguments. But I let it go. Then I made some other comments, and she never really responded to any of them. Even though, when I say I made other comments, she made other Facebook posts about various other topics. She's very much a feminist, and of course, I agree with a lot of the philosophy about equal rights for women and things like that. And I made salient posts about them, and she never responded to any of them. That's fine, but it definitely spoke to me that she was being passive-aggressive, because before she did, it's the fact that you change your behavior suddenly. Before you're being all friendly and stuff, then all of a sudden afterwards, you're not being friendly. That's passive-aggressive. But I still didn't make a big deal out of it. Until just the other day, when she was talking about abortion, and I gave my stance on abortion, saying that I am actually pro-choice, but I still think abortion's wrong. It was a very lengthy post. There was more to it than that. But suffice to say, that's essentially what it was about. And she didn't comment or anything on that. Then that stupid hick showed up. I should give a little bit more background to this. She was saying, like, how men should undergo this... there was like a news report of them hooking up electrodes to guys and then shocking them with electricity so it replicates the experiences of childbirth. You know, the convulsions and the contractions or whatever the fuck it is. So it feels like you're going through childbirth. And then she said, all guys should do this so they know that abortion, that we should protect a woman's right to have an abortion. And then I gave my opinion on that, saying I don't think that's necessary, and I think that's dishonest, actually. I think we all know that childbirth is painful and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. Then that hick shows up. Guess what he says? He just says no, N-O, and it puts a period there. No, meaning that no, guys should not have to do this. But it was such a terse response, and that was it. That's an idiotic comment. Objectively speaking, that is a completely idiotic comment just to give a terse response. What does she do? She likes it. She liked his comment, but didn't even address mine. Okay, that's when I was fed up. And I called her out on it. I sent her a private message. I said, you are being passive-aggressive, and I want to know why. I already knew why, but I just wanted her to spill her guts to get this out of the way, because I knew that she didn't like how I spoke to her fucking hick friend. And then she did the exact thing I knew that she was going to do. She denied it. She denied being passive-aggressive, and then she went on a fucking vitriolic diatribe against me for insulting her hick friend that enjoys killing animals. Right there, you have proven that you are being passive-aggressive. Because think about it. Anyone who wasn't actually being passive-aggressive would apologize for giving the wrong impression. That's what they would do, and they would say, oh, you know what, I'm sorry if you got that impression. It really wasn't the case, blah, blah, blah. No, she got angry. She got angry at me for calling her out on her passive-aggressiveness. You dumb bitch. Your actions betray your intentions. Yes, you were being passive-aggressive, you dumb bitch. And I can't stand people like that. And then what does she do? She unfriends me at the end. That's another way of getting back. That's a form of retribution. Of course you're angry, you dumb cunt. You were angry at me the whole time, but you're too much of a fucking coward to speak to me and find a common ground. Instead you play these fucking passive-aggressive games like an immature bitch. Fuck you, you dumb cunt. I have to rant about this because I am sick and tired of people who act like this. Be honest with your feelings and don't betray them by being passive-aggressive and then deny them, but get angry anyway. No, if you really weren't being passive-aggressive, you wouldn't get angry when someone asks you if you were being passive-aggressive. You would be apologetic. That's how I know. Anyway, moral of the story, passive-aggressiveness is no different than insulting someone as far as I'm concerned. It's no different. And when you're unfriending someone, that's also a form of retribution. All these actions that we take, we like to think that we're above revenge and retribution. No, we're not. As far as I'm concerned, revenge and retribution is the actions that stem from anger. And the actions that stem from anger can be so varied, including being passively aggressive. And that's no different. This is Enigma Hood signing off.